saya kan kalau di kantor tuh namanya technical plan itu harus selalu dari dulu minta ke manajemen tuh gudang gitu ya. Buat apa? Itu buat material, brosur-brosur. Kita kan nggak sehat ya, maksudnya kerja bersama dengan sebelah-sebelahnya itu brosur, material gitu ya, pusing tuh nggak. Kalau katalog pro itu sangat membantu kita, kenapa? Belum saya ketemu dengan vendor gitu, saya cari di situ technical spec-nya, quality-nya, terus dia udah berapa lama sih itu company gitu kan, terus materialnya apa aja gitu. Jadi biasanya yang kita pakai juga yang update, yang biasa update katalog pro.
Salah satu yang tadi saya suka, tadi saya juga sempat sampaikan bahwa ini katalog pro itu ada teknik, ada spesifikasi teknisnya dan tekniknya seberapa gitu. Yang dibutuhkan sama saya sebagai pengguna atau konsultan. Itu tugas saya adalah menjelaskan ke klien gitu. Sebagai contoh misal chat gitu ya. Chat ini perlu pakai base code-nya atau tidak, harus pakai seal atau tidak, keringnya berapa jam, lalu bisa menggunakan RAW atau tidak, lalu apakah warna ini bisa digunakan untuk di luar atau di dalam, itu perlu informasi lebih lanjut. Saya nemu di katalog pro memang ada spesifikasi teknis yang berikut sama ukuran-ukurannya berapa liter, dan itu penting buat saya karena saya harus punya amunisi sebelum ketemu sama klien.
Senang sekali karena kita bisa mencari informasi tentang berbagai macam material yang sudah begitu banyak ya masuk di sana dalam satu website, dan di sini sangat lengkap, jadi sangat membantu tugas arsitek sebetulnya dan tentu kontraktor begitu ya.
Challenge-nya di arsitek adalah terkadang kita banyak mendesain, yang desain kita itu tahu atau tidaknya ini bisa terbangun atau tidak. Nah, makanya kita benar-benar perlu rekanan yang dimana dia bisa membantu. Ini ada material yang bisa seperti ini, bisa menjadi seperti ini, yang sesuai dengan keinginan kita. Karena jangan sampai kita hanya batas desain saja, dan memang itu menjadi sangat penting. Artinya kita perlu partner material.
Jadi begitu ini ada, otomatis kan menyelesaikan masalah arsitek di mana kita membuat spek. Tadi kan sudah saya dengar bahwasanya katalog pro itu memang saya lihat masa depannya itu cerah gitu. Pengertiannya begini, sebuah produk itu harus bisa menyelesaikan masalah yang terjadi di masyarakat. Sebuah startup, nah sebuah startup itu sukses karena itu. Jadi kalau sebuah produk itu dihasilkan tapi nggak bisa menyelesaikan masalah, bahkan nambah masalah, itu nanti kedepannya itu masa depannya akan suram. Tapi kalau dia memang dibutuhkan, habis itu menyelesaikan masalahnya para arsitek, jadi otomatis saya yakin sekali katalog pro itu nanti ke depan akan lebih berkembang lagi, bukan cuma sekedar katalog biasa, katalog pro seperti aplikasi biasa. Nanti ke depan dia akan berkembang, ekosistem makin lengkap, dia berkembang lagi melengkapi ekosistem.
Oke, halo, selamat siang Bapak Ibu dan rekan-rekan semua. Terima kasih sudah hadir kembali dalam acara Product of the Week hari ini. Dan seperti yang Bapak Ibu lihat di layar monitor Bapak Ibu masing-masing, kali ini kita akan membahas produk dari Fischer, yaitu Facade System Solution. So, I need to greet everyone in English, so thank you for coming in this meeting of Product of the Week with Fischer. And as you see on the screen, we will discuss about product Fischer is a facade system solution. Dan di sini juga kita dan Fischer menyediakan ada 2 merchandise menarik, yaitu ada 2 packs untuk workshop, untuk hadir di workshop Pravi, dan juga 1 packs gala dinner untuk hadir di acara Pravi nanti. Jadi pastikan untuk Bapak Ibu dan rekan-rekan, silakan mengajukan pertanyaan-pertanyaan di kolom chat. Dan sebelum saya mulai, saya akan bacakan peraturannya. Bapak Ibu mohon mematikan audio selama acara berlangsung. Dan Bapak Ibu boleh mengajukan pertanyaan di kolom chat, dan nanti kita akan buka interaksi 15 menit sebelum acara berakhir. Jadi Bapak Ibu bisa mengajukan pertanyaan ke para narasumber kita. Seperti itu. Dan sebelum kita mulai acara ini, saya akan memperkenalkan kembali Mas Bayu, rekan saya yang akan menjelaskan dan mengupdate kembali mengenai katalog Pro. Selamat siang Mas Bayu.
Ya, halo, selamat siang Mbak Ziza, dan selamat siang Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian. Nah, seperti yang tadi Mbak Ziza sudah sampaikan, hari ini produk of the week kita bilingual, karena hari ini kita kedatangan Bapak Ibu dari Fischer yang kita hadirkan langsung dari Jerman, dan hari ini produk of the week kita bekerja sama dengan Pravi. Kita menyebutkan produk of the week Pravi Series karena ini adalah salah satu rangkaian acara roadshow menuju gala dinner Pravi di bulan November nanti. Tadi Mbak Zia juga disampaikan bahwa nanti bagi teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu yang beruntung akan mendapatkan tiket gratis,
betul,
untuk bisa hadir di acara gala dinner Pravi nanti di bulan November. Oke, seperti biasa sebelum acara berlangsung, saya akan sedikit mengupdate saja tentang katalog Pro. Jadi di sini bagi teman-teman yang belum pernah tahu katalog Pro itu apa, belum pernah mengakses katalog Pro itu apa, ini akan saya bantu untuk sedikit menjelaskan apa sih katalog Pro dan fungsinya. Jadi katalog Pro itu adalah sebuah platform digital yang dimana di sini teman-teman yang berprofesi sebagai arsitek, interior, sipil sampai dengan MEP bisa mendapatkan informasi data teknis tentang produk-produk material building. Dan sampai sekarang katalog Pro sudah ada 750 brand dan juga dari 750 brand itu sudah lebih dari 20.000 produk yang sudah di-upload di sini dan teman-teman bisa mengakses itu semua. Dan di sini bagi teman-teman yang belum pernah mengakses ke dalam katalog Pro, cukup mudah karena katalog Pro itu kita create-nya seperti sosial media pada umumnya. Jadi teman-teman hanya tinggal masuk ke website kami katalogpro.co.id dan nanti ada button sign up with email, nanti tinggal diklik di sini dan seperti sebuah sosial media, teman-teman hanya tinggal meregistrasi diri saja, menuliskan nama lengkap dan sebagainya, dan klik unlock robot dan klik sign up. Nah, nanti ada balasan email dari katalog Pro bahwa kita sudah bisa mengakses ke dalam katalog Pro. Dan untuk mengaksesnya setelah kita meregistrasi diri, kita tinggal memasukkan saja email yang sudah kita daftarkan seperti ini. Dan juga password yang sudah kita create. Dan setelah itu nanti Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian sudah bisa mengakses ke dalam katalog Pro. Nah, di dalam katalog Pro di halaman pertama yang akan kita temukan adalah ini seperti newsfeed kalau kita ada di Facebook atau di LinkedIn. Jadi kita bisa melihat berbagai macam info-info terbaru dari brand-brand yang sudah punya halaman di katalog Pro, aktivitas katalog Pro dan hal lainnya gitu. Jadi kita bisa melihat ini ada apa aja sih di katalog Pro dan apa saja nanti next program-programnya. Dan di halaman ini pun kita fasilitasi Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian dengan fasilitas diskus. Jadi fasilitas diskus ini bisa dimanfaatkan apabila teman-teman atau Bapak Ibu ingin berhubungan langsung, direct, tanya langsung ke brand atau produk yang dibutuhkan. Contoh misalnya kita ingin tanya ke Fischer gitu ya, kita tinggal ketik $, kita ketik aja brand yang kita cari, dan nanti ada kode logo yang keluar, kita klik. Nah di sini nanti langsung kita bisa ketik apa kita inginkan. Misalnya kita ingin tanya harga, tanya spesifikasinya, atau ingin mengundang Bapak Ibu dari Fischer untuk bisa main ke konsultan untuk ke kantor kita gitu ya, untuk present gitu. Nah di sini bisa dimanfaatkan fasilitas diskus ini, dan nanti 1x24 jam biasanya akan direspon oleh brand yang kita mention. Kalaupun tidak, nanti akan katalog Pro bantu untuk menyampaikan ke brand tersebut. Dan yang terpenting lagi di katalog Pro yang tadi saya sampaikan, katalog Pro adalah sebuah platform digital yang dimana hampir seluruh brand material building yang ada di Indonesia itu sudah mempunyai halaman di sini. Nah, kita mungkin sebagai arsitek, konsultan sipil, MP, kita perlu mengetahui material apa saja sih yang perlu dispesifikasikan atau diaplikasikan di proyek kita. Nah, menariknya di katalog Pro kita mempunyai sistem bagaimana sih kita membuat sebuah dokumen outline spec gitu, pemilihan materialnya. Nah, di sini kita bisa pilih kita mau masuk ke kategori subkategori apa gitu. Jadi di sini dari arsitek interior, di bawahnya ada subkategori berbagai macam yang bisa kita pilih, kategori sipil dan MP. Nah, contoh misalnya kita ingin masuk ke kategori sipil, kita sebagai konsultan sipil dan kita ingin melihat kategori anchor dan fastener. Di sini kita bisa masuk dan akan ada beberapa brand yang memang sudah masuk di kategori tersebut. Misal kita ingin melihat halaman Fischer. Nah, di sini kita bisa langsung klik Fischernya, dan nanti kita akan masuk ke dalam halaman Fischer. Dan yang terpenting di setiap halaman, karena ini seperti sosial media, setiap halaman brand kita akan bisa mengetahui Fischer itu dari mana sih, kantornya di Indonesia itu di mana, perwakilannya siapa, gitu. Dan yang terpenting pada saat kita klik perwakilannya di sini, nah di sini kita akan bisa tahu nomor sampai dengan nomor handphonenya. Jadi kalau misalnya Bapak Ibu atau teman-teman ingin direct telepon langsung ke nomor handphone Pak Heri sebagai perwakilan Fischer Indonesia, itu bisa dilakukan. Dan juga di sini yang pasti di setiap halaman brand page itu pasti akan menampilkan produknya. Nah, kita bisa masuk ke dalam produknya, dan yang menarik kita bisa membuat sebuah dokumen outline spec atau pemilihan material. Seperti itu. Contoh misalnya kita butuh produk ini. Nah, di sini akan tertera deskripsinya, spesifikasinya, dan aplikasinya gitu. Nah, ini kita bisa ambil, jadi kita nyepekin di katalog pro tapi kayak online shop gitu, sedang belanja di online shop. Kita tinggal klik di sini, terus kita tinggal pilih lagi yang mana yang dibutuhkan, misalnya seperti ini, kita klik lagi di sini, dan misalnya kita juga butuh kategori yang lain, misalnya kategori arsitek interior, kita butuh misalnya HT, misalnya di sini. Nah, di sini akan juga berbagai macam brand HT yang bisa kita pilih. Dan kita bisa pilih salah satu contoh misalnya Sandimas, dan halaman Sandimas akan sama kurang lebih seperti halamannya Fischer, dan kita bisa ambil produknya dengan cara klik produk. Dan di sini kita bisa pilih sesuai dengan kebutuhan kita, dan akan tertulis juga spesifikasi. Dan ini kita bisa ambil. Dan untuk pemanfaatan pengambilan data spesifikasi material kita tidak batasi, jadi Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian bisa ambil. Dan nanti produk yang sudah kita pilih itu akan terkumpul di button outline spec, dan kita klik run spec di sini, dan nanti di sini akan terbentuk sebuah format report seperti ini, dan kita tinggal masukkan saja kita sedang mengerjakan hotel, misalnya lokasi Jakarta, tipenya hotel, ownernya misalnya Ciputra, kategorinya misalnya pekerjaan plafon, contoh misalnya gitu, notnya bisa kita taruh misalnya sampel. Nah, di sini nanti Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman juga bisa menambahkan lagi penjelasan mengenai produk tersebut, untuk item pekerjaan di mana, areanya di mana, dan notes tambahan. Nah, kalau menurut kita sudah cukup, kita tinggal klik save di sini. Dan setelah itu kalau misalnya teman-teman Bapak Ibu ingin membuat sebuah summary dari produk-produk yang sudah kita pilih tadi, kita tinggal klik saja outline spec. Nah, nanti akan terbentuk sebuah format PDF. Nah, ini bisa langsung dikirim ke tim atau ke owner bahwa ini adalah produk yang kita pilih untuk diaplikasikan di proyek tersebut. Atau misalnya kita butuh yang lebih komprehensif, lebih lengkap lagi, kita tinggal klik produk detail di sini, dan nanti akan terbentuk sebuah format PDF yang akan lebih lengkap, akan terbawa gambar produknya, nama brandnya, spesifikasinya terutama gitu, dan juga informasi-informasi lain yang kita tambahkan. Nah, jadi dengan adanya katalog pro, mudah-mudahan sekali lagi Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian pada saat ingin membuat sebuah dokumen pemilihan material building atau outline spec gitu, sudah terbantu dengan adanya katalog pro. Jadi katalog pro sudah menyediakan sistem untuk pembuatan dokumen tersebut, jadi tidak hanya akan ada gambar desain, RKS, tapi yang agak sulit biasanya mengumpulkan berbagai macam varian produk-produk dari proyek yang akan produk tersebut akan diaplikasikan di proyek yang sedang kita kerjakan. Nah, apabila mungkin penjelasan saya tentang katalog pro terlalu cepat atau yang masih ada yang kurang jelas, kita sudah menyematkan video tutorial apa itu katalog pro, bagaimana cara pembuatan outline spec di katalog pro, dan mungkin di sini ada Bapak Ibu atau teman-teman yang punya brand gitu, mau bikin halaman di katalog pro, kita ada video tutorial pembuatannya. Dan mungkin bagi teman-teman konsultan juga yang ingin memanfaatkan katalog pro sebagai salah satu sosial medianya, ini juga bisa dimanfaatkan untuk menjadi salah satu sosial media yang fokus memang katalog pro di market project konstruksi Indonesia, kurang lebih seperti itu. Oke, tentang katalog pro seperti itu, mudah-mudahan bagi teman-teman yang sudah sering hadir, sudah cukup jelas apa sih katalog pro dan apa sih yang bisa dimanfaatkan di katalog pro. Kita mungkin langsung saja ke dalam sesi talkshow product of the week kita hari ini. Dan hari ini seperti yang tadi Mbak Iza sampaikan, kita akan membahas salah satu produk dari Fischer, yaitu Facade System Solution di sini. Dan seperti biasa di product of the week kita selalu hadir, kita mengundang istilahnya kita mengistilahkan professional reviewer. Dan hari ini kita kehadiran Pak Satria dari Pravi. Halo, selamat siang Pak Satria.
Halo, selamat siang Pak Satria.
Selamat siang semuanya.
Terima kasih Pak sudah bantu kita menjadi professional reviewer, Pak.
Ya, sama-sama.
Oke. Dan tadi teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu juga sudah mendengarkan Mbak Ziza hari ini berdua bahasa bilingual karena hari ini kita kehadiran Bapak Ibu Fischer ini yang kita import ada dari Singapura, ada yang langsung dari Jerman. So I want to invite Cedric Chiu for this talk show as a technical engineer from Singapore. Hello, Cedric. Can you on your audio, Cedric?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Halo, Cedric. And Cedric tidak sendiri, Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian. Cedric ditemani juga oleh perwakilan Fischer langsung dari Jerman, dan I would like to invite Ralph Webers and Magdalena Son-Weders to join in this talk show. Halo, Ralph, Magda.
Hello to everyone. Good afternoon.
Hi. Sorry,
hi, nice to see everybody.
Pronunciation to call your names is wrong, I think. Okay, so
no problem.
For the start talk show today, maybe Cedric, you can share to us what is Fischer and what products you will share to us, please.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So it's a big honor that we can join this online webinar with all of you. So first of all, Ralph will give you some our company background introduction. Then followed by me, we'll go through some of the technical aspects and also our regional project reference. Then Magdalena and Ralph again, they will go through some of our iconic international project reference. In between, you have any things or want to share with us, please let us know. Or if you have any questions, please. Yeah. Now I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. All right, Ralph.
Okay. Thank you very much, Cedric. Thanks again to all make that happen. We are pleased to have the opportunity to let you know today a little bit about inside view about Fischer facade systems. But let me explain in a nutshell, in a few sentences before, what we are and what are our core competencies at Fischer. I would say we can say that all began with the invention of the Fischer plug. You probably ever heard something about the Fischer Dübel, we call it in German. So we invented actually the plug. And probably all of you know it revolutionized the fixing technology worldwide. And it was the start of a great journey and development of some groundbreaking fixing types, like Fischer undercut anchor, for example, which we introduce you to today more in detail, which belongs to the Fischer facade systems. One of our core values at Fischer is, for sure, safety and reliability. This is what Fischer stands for. And this is actually our core DNA within our group. And meanwhile, we are working more than 50 subsidiaries in a lot of countries worldwide. We are lucky, for instance, that we have today the audience to let you know further inside view about our facade systems in Southeast Asia. We have as well in Singapore a subsidiary in presence. We have local presence in Indonesia. And we would like to tell you today a little bit more about our systems and also some core values. And what I told you before about reliability and safety. This is actually where we stand for, but nevertheless, Fischer is much more than actually only the fixing solutions where we belongs to. Fischer is meanwhile also a big organization, and let me explain you in a nutshell. We already have 5 business units. The foundation was for sure, as explained before, the Fischer fixing systems. But meanwhile, we do have also a business unit which worked in the automotive industry. Even one of our core business units was the so-called Fischer Technique. This is a subsidiary, or I would say a business unit which provides children special toys. As well, we do have a consulting division where we transform as well also our knowledge and competences in terms of process to other companies. And another subsidiary which we recently opened was Fischer Electronics, where we are working with touch screens and other devices, which probably will have in the future a big impact, as well might be on Fischer fixing solutions. But the basement originally comes from the fixings. Now a little bit hand over to Cedric.
Yeah.
To let you know also further inside view about our facade systems.
Okay, so we are, so for system tech, we're actually under the Fischer, under the fixing part. So we have more than 30 years experience in the facade industry worldwide. And we're also trying to building those, we have a wide range of networks between our customers and consultants. Means to say we have people everywhere in a way that, because right now the projects probably designed in country A, then execute in country B, but no problem. We have the staff to make sure that the project is going to running smooth. Then we have a wide range of product, one-stop solution. I will elaborate more in later PowerPoint slide. And of course, the last but not least, we are building our facade sector is actually to building more project reference worldwide. We'll also elaborate more on during the later presentation stage. Without further ado, let's watch a short video talk about our facade system.
Standards for facade durability, energy efficiency and design flexibility are increasing continuously. The Fischer facade systems fulfill all of these expectations. Fischer facade systems, subframe systems and undercut anchors from one single source. The system provider for ventilated rain screen facades. The Fischer facade systems are the optimal modular system for all requirements and materials. This visually most appealing solution is achieved through concealed fixing using FZP2 undercut anchors and suspending clasps in horizontal profiles. The innovative assortment is the perfect choice for visible and concealed attachment of all common cladding materials for ventilated rain screen facades. Fischer facade systems utilize the effect of a rear ventilation to create an energy-efficient facade and provide optimal weather protection. With high quality, a long service life and a consistent recycling circuit, the matching shape of the undercut anchor creates an interlocking and stress-free fixing of the conical undercut drill hole. The fixing is not externally visible, creating a visually appealing facade surface. Setting the anchor using undercut technology allows the user to select the best structural position in the facade panel. This significantly reduces the bending moment of the panel. The consistent residual wall thickness as a reference in drilling holes allows panel thickness tolerances to be compensated. More freedom in aesthetics and materials for visible fixing using rivets and facade clamps, and for concealed fixing using undercut anchors and cassette solutions. With more than 50 subsidiaries, Fischer is your global project partner on every level. We support you in all areas of facade construction. Fischer Facade Systems, subframe systems and undercut anchors from one single source. The system provider for ventilated rain screen facades.
Yep. Yeah, hope you enjoy the videos. So basically the video actually give us a general brief view on what we actually do and the product range we have and those product, the advantages. So before we go to step into more details, probably I would like to have a so-called to introduce a bit more on so-called ventilated screen facade. So basically, the ventilated ring screen facade, we are talking about a double layer cladding system, a typical layout with an insulation and air gap between the weather cladding and the structure building wall. So compare with the traditional or conventional facade technology. In traditional, we are actually using the sealant to seal up the panel to panel, the gap. So we make it as one. Then for ventilated facade, actually we leave it all the construction joint open with purpose so that we can allow that the airflow in and out. The main purpose for this is actually we need to reduce the building energy consumptions. So not too hot, not too cold. And we also don't have to worry about the standing water because it is actually ventilated. So the water will be soon evaporated out and dried out. Yeah. So our intention is actually to provide a one-stop solution, which means to say that we have the product for the wall fixing anchors, and we also have this thermal insulator which underneath the wall holder, and this wall holder itself with horizontal runner, vertical runner. What we call is actually a subframe system, and our iconic product is the undercut technology, which we're using the anchor embedded into the facade panels. So you won't be able to see any joints. So it's actually hidden back of the facade panels. And in Fischer facade system, we define the facade system into two categories mainly. One is exposed facade system. Another one is actually considered as concealed facade system. So what is the main difference between those two? Now we go to one by one on the component first. First of all, they all have the fixing bolt, expansion bolt or chemical bolt. Then we have the wall holders. We have the vertical runners. Then for concealed, we have horizontal runners. We have clasp. We also have our undercut anchors. So what is the main difference? From the engineering perspective, for the exposed facade system, the panel itself is considered as part of the stress members. So it will take the overall strength from the integrity of the panel. It will affect the overall performance of the facade. Then, as for the concealed system, because we have this horizontal runner and the vertical profile, we form a rigid steel structure. As a result, the panel itself, we can consider is a non-structural member. It's just simply cladding onto the horizontal runners. Then all the stress will transfer from the horizontal runner to vertical profile, then end up all the way transfer to the concrete. So the beauty of such a concealed environment, the facade, which allows us to have a larger panel, which gives the architect more design freedom, and also we can have a thinner panel materials, which save the cost. Then I will have a so-called overview of the anchors. So we have the anchors for the natural stone, starting from 20 mm above. For instance, granite, marble, sandstone, limestone, travertines, Yes, all those anchors who have a project reference being used a lot. Then up come to trend. We are talking about thinner panel materials. For instance, ceramic panels, high pressure laminated board. So we can have a special anchors with the shallower embedment, so which allows us to embed into thinner material even from 8 mm and above. Last but not least, we also have a special anchor for glass. Then here will be a general view to demonstrate how we actually produce the whole, because the important part of the facade panel is actually the panel itself. We have the fluctuation strength to control the bending moment. Secondly, we also need to, the concerning is how we produce the undercut hole to the panel itself. So through this demo, we can see that we have a special artificial diamond drill bit to mill off from the panel, back of the panel surface. No, regardless, it's actually a stone or thinner panel materials. Then we have the offset from the center to form an undercut hole. Yeah. So with the physical undercut hole, everything is, this process can be done by our machine or can be done by the normal CNC drilling machine. So because the drill hole is actually all done by the machine itself and the high precision machine, so as a result, the tolerance, we are talking about 0.3 mm, even 0.2 mm, so very minors. Then after that, for installation will be quite straightforward. We insert the anchors into the bottom of the hole. Then we apply by using the setting tools to press this sleeve downwards, and the sleeve will force the clip open. So end up, it will be like we're putting our hand into a flower vase, then we just open our hand. It's impossible, no matter how you shake it, it's impossible to take out your hand unless you break the flower vase. So this is actually the same principles. So as a result, you can see we have a facade. We have a wide range of facade materials, which either our anchors or our subframe is able to work together with them. For instance, the first row, the fiber cement or high pressure laminated board or ceramic panels. Even for the very traditional natural stone, we can use our undercut anchors with our framing system. Then for terracotta or steel sheet or aluminum composite panels, those or other metal panels, we also have the solution to work together with our framing system.
What we can say, actually, we are able to find a fixing solution in all kind of cladding materials. So the foundation of our activity started for sure what Cedric described with natural stone. It's where it does come from, but in the building industry, we have an ongoing development, means there is a trend more and more to thinner materials. What we are saying is that we can offer for all kind of cladding materials fixing solution with our undercut anchors. This is a little bit actually the message, and we do have a big library of testing reports of different materials, which we did in the last, say, 30 years, and which we are also doing currently.
Oh yeah, I have some question. Actually, this is quite interesting product, and I think also the system itself. In the first beginning of your presentation, you show us that actually the Fischer itself is providing a full set of system, right? From the anchorage to the main structures, and then after that aluminum extrusion as a main structures, and also the secondary structures as a vertical and horizontal runner, and also the subframing for the will say that for hooking like a cassette system, right? And also with a thermal insulation cell. Okay. As we understood, right? Indonesia is one of the biggest seismic zone area in all over the world, from zone A to zone B or zone E or something. So I would like to ask also, is it the facade system itself, which is presenting by Fischer, is it suitable for in our region or not? Or do you have any do you ever have testing, like a seismic testing? Normally in facade, like unitized system, stick system, we have also like one of the tests is like a racking test or seismic test. Is it also this product also doing that testing or not?
Yes, we do have this test before, and we have the test report as well. If you don't mind, maybe I will share a short video to show the testing. Actually, this video is actually showing that from seismic level 1 to level 8. I will just show you the level 1 first, then followed by level 8. Then you will see the difference. All right.
Okay. Sorry, Cedric, Pak Satria, dan Ralph.
Yes.
Maybe I want to invite all the participants. If there's any questions, you all can type in chat columns before, and then we will read after discussions end. So, apabila ada pertanyaan teman-teman dan Bapak Ibu sekalian, jadi boleh dituliskan di kolom chat terlebih dahulu. Nanti kalaupun ada yang berbahasa Indonesia, nanti kita akan coba translate ke bahasa Inggris seperti itu. Okay, Cedric, please continue.
All right. So this is level 1.
Je crois qu'elle est elles sont comme ça.
Well, yeah, that's the horizontal seismic. We also have a similar test, but it's actually this perpendicular to the facade wall. But you can see the attitude is actually increasing a lot. Eventually, even the facade panels is actually chip off. Yeah.
So what we can say is we come later, probably we come later to our worldwide references, and we explain you also in the different locations what kind of challenges we had. And this was also the fact that we have to fulfill every kind of environmental issues like seismic areas as well. And we are proud that the system is reliable and safe once again.
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, if once you are say that the building owner or the project owner order like a full system, is there any treatment finishes for the what we call that, for the aluminum extrusion from you? Just or only mill finish you providing for the aluminum extrusion?
Yeah, talking about the anodizing. Am I right to say that?
Yeah. It's only anodizing, or you provide also like a powder coating or PVDF or something?
Normally, if there is no special request, it can be raw, can be anodizing.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a special requirement, then we can look into it to have a special coating on that. It can be customized.
Okay.
Yeah.
But usually it's not necessary to use anodized aluminum. As Cedric told, in most cases of the ventilated facade business, which we are working, we never actually we had some requests for anodizing, but that was mostly driven due to some optical reasons and actually not environmental issues.
No, because what I concern is because this is the rain skin system, which is the external environment is easily come into the internal environment, like internal chamber like that, right? So as you know, like for example, like Jakarta and other big city like Surabaya in Indonesia, this is the humidity is very high. The humidity is very high, and also the percentage of the pollution also is quite high also. So it will be big effect actually to the thickness of the anodizing. The anodizing, and easiest later on to make the aluminum extrusion itself to be to get an oxidation. So therefore, it's good if from Fischer can provide also the finishes like the powder coating like that, because this is I would say this is considered exposed material. It's not a hiding material.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the what's of the interesting also for your undercut anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like it's not like a new? I mean, I would say that it's a new technology, or it's already a long time you have this kind of product.
We can say we invented the undercut technique. It's like the Fischer plug. Cedric, you might share also another slide where we might explain a little bit the principle, because it's actually a stress-free fixing solution. It would be probably, if you show, let's say, the glass anchor documentation, Cedric, then we can explain it probably in a more precise way. This is something unique which we developed and found out. Our founder, Mr. Fischer, he invented this concept actually, and it's simple as it is, but in detail we know it becomes complex, but it works, and worldwide undercut technique will be used in all kind of fixing solutions. This is interesting.
Yeah, because I saw also then when you when in this presentation in the screen, I saw that when you make what do you call it, the hole is not like easiest like you just drill it, make a through hole like a normal anchor, but you need to have special treatment also after you make a through hole, right?
Yes.
So you need yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe let me add something here, because you asked about the time frame, if it's a new or an old system or solution, and it has been invented some time ago. We started with the FZP, and now we have already second generation, so we improved on that technology. We have now FZP2, and it all started with a natural stone. That was the first anchor we did, and now we we broadened the range of anchors we have, so now we can actually fix every material. So yes, the general technology was invented some time ago, but we continuously improve it and widen the range of the product so that we can fix every material.
Yeah. So if I'm not wrong, Ralph, correct me. Basically, this technology has been used. One of the early project reference is actually in early 90s, right?
Yeah, Ralph, sorry, your audio still mute.
Yeah, one of our first commercial project was in beginning of the 90s. It was a public building in Germany where we got the trust in us to use that technology in a large scale project.
Yeah. All right. So.
Okay, Pak Satria, Cedric, Rolf, and Magda. I want to asking too about the Fischer's anchor. So, in this slide, we can see all kind of the cladding material. So, if the project owners or the building owners already have another branch from cladding materials, is it the anchor from Fischer's still can use in that materials in the different brands maybe?
Are you referring to the natural stone, different natural stone, or different?
Yeah, like kind of natural stone, or like maybe like aluminum actually.
Aluminum panels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also can be used with our subframe system. Yeah, but for the thin panel material wise, we might need to use so-called rivet. So which our this FZP2 anchor, undercut anchor, may not be able to use in the aluminum sheet because it's too thin. Yeah, yeah. But when it comes to natural stone, yes, we know natural stone. They have a different types of stone. They have a granite, they have a sandstone, limestone, or travertine. So for those materials, we can of course we can do it in we have the ETA, European Technical Assessment, which will prove the natural stone can be up to 3 meters square, and the thickness starting from 20 mm and above. So, but of course, in terms of the suitable and when we have a known panel materials, especially for natural stone, then the performance of the natural stone really depends on where the stone coming from and how deep beneath the earth the stone is. So, because all those were affecting the performance of the stone, for instance, the density, the bending strength, which we care the most. So then we have to do a series of lab tests, third-party lab tests, to determine the capacity of the anchors. Then we can design accordingly and safely, because safety is always our concern. Yep.
Okay. So when we need Fishers, your teams will make a supervisor on the project, right?
Yes, for sure. For Indonesia, please looking for our dear partner, Mr. Safety, and Malong is also here. So, he will assist all the projects inquiry in Indonesia. Of course, we will support him alongside. So don't worry, if you have any inquiry, please just let us know. We will happy to assist you.
Oke, thank you Cedric. Dan di sini juga kita kehadiran Pak Marlon sebagai dari Mr. Safety. Pak Marlon ini dan Pak Marlon adalah dan Mr. Safety representatif Fischer di Indonesia ya Pak Marlon. Halo, selamat siang Pak Marlon.
Ya, selamat siang Pak Bayu. Ya, kita maybe for me just in Indonesia because our audience still have Indonesian, right?
Yeah.
Oke, thank you waktunya. Jadi sekedar memberi informasi saja bahwa kita sebagai representatif atau distributor tunggal Indonesia, kita sudah punya alat mesin untuk drilling di Indonesia, ada di warehouse kita, dan kita juga ada tim. Saya tidak sendiri, kita perusahaan yang cukup banyak, ada tim QC yang bisa memberikan site service ya dari dan quality control untuk pemasangan, dan ada tim engineering untuk membantu guide desain ataupun tes yang mungkin diperlukan di site. Jadi kita bisa full guide untuk kebutuhan project di Indonesia. Jadi nggak perlu khawatir ya Pak Marlon ya, kalau ada. Karena kita juga sudah pernah ada beberapa project di sini, jadi aman.
Okay, so participant or Indonesian professional in construction, do not worry to use Fischer's, right?
Yeah, we got the machine in Indonesia.
Okay, we're back to Cedric's, Ralph, and Magda. Maybe do you have any slides and presentations about these products, please?
Yeah, I will continue. So, yeah, this is actually right to the topic, and how we actually approach the project. Basically, we'll ask the inquiry from the consultant side. What is for instance, what is the design wing load? What is the panel size intent? Then from there, we can pre-select the materials. Then from the materials, we will do a pre-engineering calculation and pre-engineering judgment, and conduct the test if necessary to determine the capacity when the anchor embedded into the panel, for instance, natural stone. Once I have everything, we will assist or work alongside with the contractors and consultant to have the typical layout or the shop drawings based on the calculation. Then concurrently, we will do the site demonstration and training to make sure the installation team, they are fully aware on how to use our product, and what is the so-called, those are key factors which they need to pay attention of. Last but not the least, when everything is done in order, then we will make sure that the premium materials will deliver to the site smoothly on time. Yeah. So this is actually workflow. So in general, when we approach our key support to the project and to the client is actually we will work alongside with them from the project start until the project end. So which means we will work together with them, go to attend the site work, and if any site issues, we will go to the site to work hand in hand to settle the site issues with them. And also we will attend the project meeting, make sure everything, the delivery schedule and the installation schedule is as per planned. But then other than that, in our daily, we will do the preparation and organization in various trainings to the applicators and meetings with consultants, seminars to create a brand awareness, to let them know how Fischer, what kind of solution we can provide to them. Because ultimately, in our belief is that Fischer is not just selling products. We are selling solutions. We are trying to resolve the solution. For the facade sector-wise, we want to make sure that what we can achieve is exactly the architect they want, the design intent for short. So, of course, as I mentioned earlier on in the beginning, we had this the so-called the international connection between the partner and between the so-called the different consultants. Now more and more, because now we are the whole world like a small country. So basically, everyone is actually working overseas for overseas projects. So no worries. Always, we can work together with the consultant overseas. Then, meantime, our local representative will work together alongside with the contractors, to make sure the whole project is actually executed smoothly. Yeah. So, Fischer, we always remember to want to working hand in hand to provide a one-stop solution, not only our product, but also we will work together with the panel supplier. For instance, now we have a more and more ceramic trend. More people are wish to have a thin panel material, looks nice but not natural stone, have a consistent performance. So they will look into the ceramic panels. We will work together with those ceramic panel suppliers, and we will also work together with the local installers. Then when we go to the project, there will be one full system cycles. Okay, so there will be designer, there will be designer in place, there will be installer in place, there will be panel supplier in place. Then the architect, they can choose whatever color tone they wish. Then we have a facade solution will be in place as well. So this is a complete closed cycles. Then yeah, everyone work towards the same goal to achieve the architect intent, design intent. Then we will also provide the calculation, engineering judgment. Yeah, and of course we will share the so-called the content worldwide. And last but not least, every country they might have a so-called their own standards, some of local requirement. Okay, before you want to sell this system, there will be series of tests you need to conduct based on the local requirement. And after our investigation, then we'll work together with our local partnership, okay, to invest, to start to kick off and make sure everything is deliver according to the country's so-called standards. Yeah, that's why we make Fischer as a premium product. Yeah, but not only so-called from a performance of view, also, but from in long-term sustainability wise, we would like to select the right partnership to have a less maintenance, less building maintenance, and easy to transform if in case in future they wish to change the facade design. All right, it's because the whole actually a modular system. So now we will have sharing some project reference.
Yeah, sorry, I will have questions.
All right.
Questions in your previous slide. You said is cost efficiency. This is quite interesting when we share to the customers, right? So I think cost efficiency of the overall system with Fischer already. So when we talk about the old systems and for the now Fischer already have a new solutions system, what kind of difference and what kind of gap for the cost efficiency for that, Cedric?
Okay, from my perspective, normally when we talk about the cost of the facade, the owner will not just looking at the cost of the raw materials, or the workmanship, because they were also looking at it. Okay, I have a building. This is my building. After 20 years, I want my building. It looks still modern. Okay, if I want to have a less maintenance, because for the traditional, the maintenance is one of the issue. The maintenance not including the cleaning, but also in terms of damage of the stone, they can easily replace. All right. Then also that, like I mentioned, that if they have a so-called colorful design, then they want to change the color after 10 years, maybe, or 15 years, they can do the replacement to change to replace the current existing facade panels to another types of so-called another different color tones. Then even with different sizes, we can easily to replace the panel just to like Lego, take it off and put it one side. Then we're doing the necessary design, then we use back. Of course, there will be some follow-up site inspection is necessary to make sure that every joint is actually correctly. Yeah, we have to look at the long term, but not just talk about the raw material price. Yeah.
Okay, it's quite interesting, Cedric. Jadi, so I will like explain in bahasa in Indonesian, Cedric.
Alright.
Jadi untuk pemakaian material Fischer ini berarti bisa dalam waktu panjang nih, Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya ada perubahan tampilan fasad gitu, sistem ini masih bisa berlaku sampai mungkin tahun-tahun selanjutnya seperti itu. Jadi ini bisa sangat mempermudah dan juga lebih efisiensi, khususnya mengenai cost gitu ya, untuk perubahan desainnya seperti itu. So this is quite interesting because we will efficiency about cost, right, Cedric? If there are any changing for the materials for the facade, these systems can be used to the years ahead. Yes.
Yep. Followed by I mean the site inspection and engineering judgment. We will determine whether the framing is still okay or not okay. Yeah. If it is okay to go ahead, then we can like we watched the video showing that the cladding process is just like Lego. Yeah. Just like Lego, one piece by one piece, cladding onto the horizontal profile. So big things, everything is easy. Yeah.
Plug and play, right?
Sorry?
Plug and play, right?
Yeah, plug and play. Yes, like you said, plug and play. Yeah. Correct. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Maybe Pak Satria, do you have any question, Pak? Please.
Yeah, of course, I have a question. Actually, that what you explain about this is back to the undercut system, undercut anchor system, right? Just now you show me that the undercut anchor system we can use in any other material other than stone. So I saw that the glass, right? Glass.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting for the what you put on the glass, because see, the first thing my doubt is how you make a hole for this undercut anchor to the glass. The first thing is how to make a hole, because it's only just through hole, it's fine. But as the other as you see in other presentation, in other page of the presentation, you show like you need to make like a triangle underneath
the conical shape.
Yeah, like a cone shape like that.
Yeah.
And how you make that cone shape on the glass?
Yeah, this is actually a very interesting question. For glass, it's a bit tricky because if we want to use the glass as a glass facade, which means the glass have to be tempered, which means the hardening process. So if you want to achieve that, we have to step by step to drill the hole. We cannot drill on the so-called hardened glass; it will break easily.
Yeah. I mean, of course, once you make once you apply this kind of system to the glass, once you make a hole, of course, the glass have to be anneal glass first. So without any heat treatment process, And after make a hole, then you do the heat treatment process.
Yes.
But the thing is, my question is, how you make a cone? How you make a cone hole on the glass?
The process is actually something similar as this so-called this slide shown. But of course, we need to have additional equipment.
So the drilling process is actually it's the same. It's the same method like we applied in ceramic cladding material, all kind of natural stones. And even we can say the drill bits are comparable.
Yeah, but you mean the drill bit have to be different, have a different material, right? Like a diamond bit or something?
Actually, there's not that much difference in terms of we've used diamond drill bits, but it's actually similar. The diamonds work, industrial diamonds work like in all kind of materials, but the procedure is for sure a little bit different, and the drill bit time is also, if you compare, for instance, a limestone, we describe a limestone, for instance, as natural stone as a softer material, and if you compare it versus glass or even ceramic, we have much harder material, and this causes also a longer duration of the drilling process.
I mean,
and as well it's always a combination of different parameters, like let's say the drill speed, the RPM of the drill bit machine itself, and as well for sure a high impact will have always. We are talking always about wet drilling in that types of material, about the water flow, constant water flow.
Yeah. I mean, as a facade designer and facade engineer, it's quite interesting method, actually, this one. And also it will be another additional option, basically, to given to architect. Why? Because at the moment, once you have like a frameless glass wall, like in the podium or other side of the building, like in the lobby or something like that, normally if you want to have appearance like a frameless glass wall, normally we use a fixed point system or spider system, which is all the point fixing will be appear and show in the external glass surface, right? But if you do with this anchorage like this, that means there's a possibility the appearance of the glass like a smooth surface, so without any pointing in the external surface of glass. Maybe this is another solution also you can give to other to architect. Not only you, I mean we can give to the architect. As a
you're absolutely right. What we see, for instance, it could be also used in especially interior application like handrail connection with glass would be also interesting in terms of the design. It really, Cedric, you already opened some slide from a reference which we did.
For the portion. So
this is what I meant actually.
Okay. It seems that in the laminated glass also you can use it. It's not only monolithic glass, but laminated also.
Yes, we can use. You see, this is actually a laminated glass, two layer. Yeah.
Okay. It's really interesting. Really interesting.
For the glass wise, we have to work closely with the glass manufacturer to make sure that the hole is drilled correctly, and so-called. Then after that, the hardening process is running smooth. Then we can set in the anchor. This the process is quite tricky, but eventually it looks nice in a way that you can see this. All right.
Yeah. So you can use also for the balustrade, for the glass. Glass wall. Or others.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You're right.
As you see that for the stone, for example, for the stone, the minimum thickness you can use this. This system anchorage is a 8 mm, right? The minimum thickness for the stone.
For the stone is 20 mm. For ceramic, it's 8 mm.
Oh, for ceramic, 8 mm. For the stone is 20 mm. And how about the glass? What is the minimum thickness?
We defined 8 millimeter. It depends which kind of glass we use.
Correct. So for single layer is actually for 10 and 12 mm. Then for combined 10 or 8, 10 by 10 or 10 to 12. Yeah.
So you mean I saw that the toughened glass or the fully tempered glass you can use also without heat soak test or heat soak processing? Is it not like a spontaneous breakage or something?
Soak test with this part, for the soak test wise, toughen. We need to find out more. I mean, for myself, because in Singapore, right now we didn't really have a so-called class project. So for this part, I need to find out more information. Yeah.
Yeah, we can take this and provide you further details afterwards. I would propose.
Yep.
But overall, this is really, I mean, it's very interesting, and it's really give us the more option to make a, I mean, new system for the facade and new, what we call that, new appearance later on to our facade base later on.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
Thank you, sir. Satria.
This is the drilling method, yeah, in the glass,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the glass, will be more sensitive on the movement. So, but normally for the glass manufacturer company, they will have a high precision CNC machine. So, I mean, this part they need to try it out on the so-called the precision of the hole. Yep. Yeah.
Hey Cedric, I think that one is need a heat shock test. If you see the
Yeah, here, yes.
Yeah.
On the temper, we need to do the heat shock test. Yeah.
I think like typo error in your
yeah. Thanks for the spot that. Yeah. All right.
Okay, Cedric, can you continue your presentations?
Yep, I will.
Oke, jadi saya undang kembali bagi teman-teman atau Bapak Ibu yang ingin menanyakan beberapa hal mengenai Fischer di sesi talkshow ini, silahkan dituliskan terlebih dahulu di kolom chat, nanti akan kita bacakan, dan mudah-mudahan sudah berbahasa Inggris ataupun yang masih berbahasa Indonesia, nanti kita akan coba translate untuk bisa dijawab langsung oleh Cedric, Rolf, dan Magda. Okay, please, Cedric, continue.
Okay, thank you. So, I will show some local reference. I mean, this local including Southeast Asia. In this region, okay. So the first one is actually this building is already more than 10 years at National University of Singapore. Yeah, it's actually used for the limestone. Then we also have the fictional police. You can see all the curved stone. The project also more than 10 years right now in Singapore. Then another one, I think the lady, they will like to go to this place, Singapore, Orchard Road, Prada. so the stone is actually quite heavy. It's actually 35 to 40 mm. This is actually including not only vertical, but the overhead. So the stone is quite heavy. It's actually all hanging by this FZP2 anchors. Then recently we also complete one project, is Marina 1 at Hut. And you can see it's a cave-like, then it's all the thick strip line stone, so it's hanging there to form this shape. Then we have another high-end condominium project in Singapore, next to the Orchard Road. Yeah, you can see the stone here. We have an ongoing project also located at the Orchard. We call it Orchard Boulevard 88. So this is a mixed development project. The below is actually 8-story hotel. Then on top will be the residential area. For the hotel wise, it's actually all using the stone panels, our full system. Then another ongoing project is actually a high-end Delvey house. Developed by our local developer and the main contractor, Locking Hua. So basically, the beauty of this project is, firstly, this project is actually the first project between Fischer and Constantino. Constantino is actually a Spanish company. They are actually the stone supplier, 12 mm thick ceramic panels. All right. Then you can see the design, the arcade design in turn. Here we have a slope at the window area. So yeah, we are actually in the process of constructing it. I'm looking forward to have the final presentation of this project. All right.
Cedric, hold on. I think I want asking something. In your previous slide and this slide and next slide, I think Fischer already introduced in the highest building, right? Do you have any maximum height for this for application for this products, Cedric?
Technically, if the so-called within as long as within the so-called engineering calculation, even up to we are talking about high skyscraper.
Yeah.
As long as the anchor capacity still within the safe working load, then we are able to use it. So I don't have a specific height because everywhere they have a different wind load during conditions. But later in the international project reference, Ralph and Magdalena will show you some of the very iconic full high scraper. Yeah, quite interesting. Yeah. Then this one is in Jakarta. Also,
I know this place.
All right. Yeah. So the beauty of this is actually that you see they are usually using large slab. It's a huge slab. It's not a small slab. So because of the ceramic, is actually the ceramic panels. As long as the bending strength or the fluctuation strength of the ceramic panel is able to hold to the design, under the design so-called requirement, then the ceramic panel, they have more freedom to play compared with the natural stone. Because the shape, they can easily to form a different shape, and the color tone, we can customize it. So most of the ceramic panel suppliers, they can customize the patterns, unlike the stone. So it will give more freedom design to the architect. Yeah. Yeah, this is a brand you know who that in Thailand. Then we also have in Singapore. We also have 3 store, all actually using our FZP2 anchors. Yep. So now go to project reference. I will hand over to Ralph and Magdalena.
Okay. Yes, Ralph and Magda.
Okay. This is actually one of the first projects, public projects, which we ever did. It was the beginning, 1994. We started, I guess, if I remember well, 1990 something. But we selected that big project because we got trust in us that our system works. It was for us really a big step forward in the journey on worldwide references as well, where we used the FZP1. This one is also interesting and also demonstrates, meanwhile, that facade business or big projects are always in combination with worldwide operating companies, manufacturer, and experts like engineers, facade consultants, even suppliers are, let's say, spread all over the world. And it was also for us a big project, including providing our drill rig stations on site, providing trainings on site. And if you look on the quick info, you see it's a big bunch of global working organizations and people together. And that makes the things also interesting and unique to have a collaboration all over culture-wide. This is what we really like to do as well. This is also an iconic project. We are especially proud because, I tell you the truth, we replaced the traditional pin system out of that project because they had some problems with some breakage, especially high costs of maintenance, and the owner decided, no, we change completely the system. Let's use Fischer FZP anchors, because we can activate also the bending strength of the material. And we are really lucky that we also had the chance. In the beginning, we lost the project due to price reasons, but at the end, we got it back, and we believe we are the better solution. long time.
Yeah, maybe I can say some words to this project. The cladding material is actually a natural stone from Germany, produced there. Also, the panels, the drill holes have been drilled there. Then the owner is actually a Chinese company. The contractor is from the Middle East. The architect is from New York, Chicago, the SOM, the famous architect that operates worldwide. So we have here again, just like Ralph said before, a worldwide span of involved parties. And altogether we managed to clad the highest natural stone facade in the world. So with 412 meters, so far no problems. So we're really proud that we were chosen to do this, and it was the construction started with this natural stone in 2008. We're really happy about this one, that we were able to clad it, even though as you can see we have high wind loads, for very tall building, but yeah, it's a landmark in Kuwait.
So like products from Fishers don't have any maximum highest for the buildings, right? But the
Correct. So we just have to make the static calculations and see if everything is according to the safety regulations, and if that all works out, and we really have we can do a lot higher, because our products are just that we just have really good products that can hold large panels, even in large thicknesses in natural stone. Just to give you an example, in the US they like to use the limestone, which is a really weak stone, and you have to have 5 centimeters thickness minimum, and even for those type of stones we have solutions that can be used in rough climates. So that's a project that was finished recently. It's again a natural stone from Germany, shipped to the US, and shipped actually first to Miami, where they made units, steel frames or aluminum frames, and the stone with our anchor, and then they shipped it up to New Jersey and clad the facade with it. It's also a large building. Actually, it's the tallest building in whole New Jersey, and it's right outside of the Freedom Tower of Manhattan. And there we had one of these cases. We had to use 5 centimeter stone due to local regulations, even though from a statistical standpoint it was not necessary, but the law was just that we have to use 5 cm. And so also nice project.
Interesting home, actually.
This one is a project. It's for sure the scale is a little bit smaller, but anyhow, we wanted to let you also know it's the challenge for that project that we had a facade application as well. We had a roof application, and to combine both, it was a little bit more the challenging part. But you see it as well. We combined two different, let's say, concealed subframe systems, even to fulfill that kind of high-end villa in Croatia. it's also similar to the reference which Cedric shown before at the Prada shop. It was also similar. This one we want to mention as well. It's located in Iceland, means seismic area as well. We just recently finished that project. We are also proud that we could deliver here our technique, our undercut technique, and it was also a special stone out of Iceland. And it shows that we can operate in all kind of environmental issues with our Fischer system solutions.
Wow.
This one is also a really iconic project, which we did together with, the company is probably well known, the contractor, Gardner Steel or Permastelisa, sometimes well known. The challenge for that project was its organic design shape. That means every single, let's say, panel was different. And in that case, we used as well our unique FZP-G glass anchor as well. And the material described as a crystalline material. It's not anymore, it's more or less from the properties of glass. It's not anymore ceramic or something like that. And it made the thing really special. Would be nice to do more projects like that, but this is something special which we performed in Santiago de Chile in South America.
Yeah, so that's an older project out of New York, but it's one of the largest there that we clad with the limestone, and it's really iconic, and it was again a cooperation between a lot of countries. So we are really happy that we have the subsidiaries worldwide. In this case, here we have, of course, an office in the US, so that we can, not just operate from Germany. You always have these time differences, but that we have local people there, just similar to we have our office in Singapore. We have Mr. Safety as our partner in Indonesia, so that projects that are on other parts of the world can go smoothly.
This is actually an old project reference as well, based in our capital city in Germany. We had there also a challenge in terms of the formats as well. And for sure, it was located in the capital of our country.
Yeah, and maybe I can add, this material is also German limestone. It's called Muschelkalk or fossil stone, and it's a quite weak stone, but we have a special anchor type for weak limestones. So yeah, this was possible even though it has a certain height.
So Magda and Ralph, I just want to questions. I have a concerns about. We already know Fischers don't have any maximum heights to use this product, but for weight, maybe this for this anchor of this Fischer products, any have a maximum weight to can hold the materials. Ralph or Magda, because we know like natural stone or some glasses have big weight to handle for the anchors.
Yeah. So we actually we won't have a weight limitation. We can describe the load-bearing behavior of our selected undercut anchors precisely, even if we do the special if it's necessary, special pull-out testing, shear load testing. And according to the existing, let's say, dead loads, we would select the amount of or the use of undercut anchors. But actually, there is no limitation. The limitation would be, in that case, if the steel breaks of our FZP anchors, but we anyhow have the limitations of the safety factors.
No, so when we want to use the panel materials, we will have a big weight. Maybe you, Cedric or Magda, can invite to explanation and give presentations about that, right?
Yeah. For this, the weight is really subject to the materials. We have to run through the test, then we will know whether the what is the capacity of the panels, of the panel materials in terms of tension, in terms of shear. But in general, for natural stone, 30 mm like granite, just give you a very rough indicative the loading. We are talking about one single anchors, about 200 kg to 500 kg. It depends on the density. Right? One anchor only. Yeah. So then for the natural stone wise, we have 4 anchors. Yeah. So it's really, in terms of design wise, the anchor and after the test, the capacity of the anchor or the anchor itself, the steel strength is always not the first concern. It's not the decisive failure factors. The decisive failure factor is always the panel materials, because because we are talking about the bending strength. Yeah. Because due to wing, we have the wing suction and the wing compression, then will cause the panels the bending failure. That will be actually in normal 90%. I can say is actually that will be the weakest part, which we need to pay more attention on that. Yeah.
Wow, quite interesting. 200 for one pieces anchor.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Even for those granite, when we conduct the ultimate test, which is the destructive test load, the value can be shoot up to 14, can be shoot up to 15. It depends. Really depends. 14 kilonewton, which means 1 ton plus. You're close to 2 ton. It's really subject to the so-called the panel materials, how the panel material is actually performed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
It is quite interesting. Maybe I want to translate to the participants. Jadi Bapak Ibu, satu anchor dari Fischer ini itu bisa menahan beban sekitar 200 kg nih. Jadi kalau misalnya ada desain-desain yang seperti ini yang membutuhkan tampilan fasadnya adalah mungkin ada natural stone atau mungkin keramik, ini masih bisa dimanfaatkan anchor ini seperti itu. Okay, please, Cedric, maybe you can you want more.
Maybe I try to explain, Pak Bayu. Maybe I try a bit explain for that. Normally, if you have like stone cladding or ceramic cladding or even concrete, for example.
Yeah.
Normally, the who failed first during the you given load to the anchor, normally the concrete or the material cladding itself normally will be failed first rather than the anchor. Anchor fail normally on the torsion. So when you tighten the anchor, and then when you tighten and you give the torsion and tighten the anchor, and then you overload, and then the anchor will be break, for example, like that. But normally, who break first is the panel. So yes, it means that one anchor, I'll say that Cedric said is 200 kilograms, but once you install in the panel, you are not install one anchor, but you install 4 anchor. But when you install 4 anchor, it depend on the area of the panel itself. Because once you do the fixed point system like that, that means all the stress, the glass, all the panel stress will be to the corner, to the anchor area. So that's actually the more critical area for the panel, for the glass panel, for the concrete. I mean, for the I would say GRC or this one or stone or ceramic itself like that.
Yeah. Satria is actually to the point. So because the panel we need to have we will have four anchors, 4 anchor point to take a panel size. For instance, the natural stone we can go up to 3 meters square. Then just to show you one example, like this is actual limestone. So this is actually the test from the third-party lab. We have this. This is all failure load. To determine the capacity of the anchor, not only talk about the figures, but also we need to consider about the deviation, which means the more deviate the failure, the result is, then the smaller the so-called the capacity is. So as a result, you can see from here that we have all the failure load at this range. This is under tension. This is under shear. Then eventually, after we consider the deviation, standard deviation, then bring the safety factors, that the 5% factor of failure in terms of characteristic in tension is actually 600 kg. This in shear load is actually 700 kg. Yeah, just for one single point. But it's really subject to the material itself. Yeah. All right.
Okay, it's quite interesting subjects. Okay, we will back to the presentations. Okay, this is the one of hotel in Berlin, right, Ralph?
Yeah. We can go actually, Cedric, to the next one as well.
Yeah.
This is actually a project based in the Pacific region in Auckland. We did there. It was one of the first big projects in the heart or downtown of Auckland. A natural stone facade. Also, the stone provider does come from Europe, and also especially we had also the possibility to do interior cladding. We had both. That was something special. It was also special. We had outside 30 millimeter or 3 cm panels. Inside we used 20 mm.
Yep.
For sure, we have a big bunch of different projects which we realized in China. We just put out only a few. It's an old project which we already did 2006. Special of that project was it's still the highest sandstone project worldwide, and that makes the things or made the things for us challenging as well. Sandstone is also a soft stone, and we tried to find there a safe solution as well. This is recently a project which we finalized in Chongqing in China, and if you look probably to the design and the shape, it reminds you immediately to the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. It's really special is actually it's the highest building with a horizontal part in height and more than 200 meters, and this makes the things really special. Coming back again to one of the most challenging areas worldwide, which we performed several big large-scale and high-rise buildings, is as well here in Taipei. We had here the possibility to fulfill the highest wind loads ever. So 8 kilonewton per square meter is really a lot. And this in combination with seismic loads as well. Again, project in Taiwan. It's, in that case, natural stone granite. Also, really a tall building. It's, let's say a combination. It's a high-rise building with residential and some public spaces as well. Again, with seismic. Here we have a project which we recently did in Taiwan again. It was a project which we performed with the material of Dapatkan, means a thin material, again with seismic and high wind loads. This was really a unique project in Tashkent. Really special was to provide that amount of machines on site to Tashkent. It was logistic-wise for us also challenging to provide 13 drill bit machines there. We also sent over our colleagues also from headquarters to provide trainings that everything runs smooth and safe. This is in Switzerland, again, a project which we performed. I don't know when it was. The specialty was here that we did the project together with the general contractor Yuanda. Yuanda is a Chinese-based company, and they started beginning of the 2000s. Also a subsidiary in a city of Switzerland, and they came to us and asked us if we would like to do together with them in Switzerland a project. So again, it's interesting. The project was located in Switzerland. The assembly was in China. Project based in India. We do since a while a lot of projects in India as well. Here we have again ceramic tile projects, which we did in the Netherlands. Also, if you look on the panel size, it's from a manufacturer. It's an old traditional ceramic manufacturer based in the Netherlands, where we customized a special FZP T anchor. The T anchors are actually for thin materials, and we had there the specialty and the challenge to find a proper solution, and we developed for that project a special thread length of our anchor. So interesting is we can customize project-wise items as well. This is something which we do, and you should know that if it's necessary, we can do something like that. This is the project which was shown before as well in another slide from Cedric, where we also used in a double skin glass facade and also some parts interior with our glass anchor FZPG. we had also the big opportunity to be part of the new governmental district in Beijing. It was, I believe, one of the biggest projects or infrastructure project which we delivered a massive amount of our undercut anchors there. And it was really, astonishing what kind of projects were realized in China as well.
Yep. Thank you. So your product is already well known in worldwide, right?
Exactly. The idea was to demonstrate as well that we are working really globally, and we know the local requirements and, let's say, the given environmental requirements as well.
Okay, so I think it is quite interesting to talk about this product from Fischer. And so thank you, Cedric, Prof, Magda, to share to us about your products. And thank you, Pak Satria, sudah membantu kita menjadi professional reviewer di sini, Pak. And so we will move to part read question from the participants, Magda, Cedric, and Ralph. Actually, it is quite inquiry for Pak Marlon. Pak Marlon sepertinya habis ini akan banyak dihubungi nih, Pak. Okay, so maybe Ziza can read the question from the participants, please.
Okay, thank you, Bayu, and thank you, Cedric, Ralph, and Magda for the presentation, and thank you, Pak Satria. And I will read the question in chat box. The first question from Pak Beta, beliau menunjukkan ke Pak Marlon nih, Pak. Mohon untuk share the leaflet teknis produk Fischer ke WA-nya Pak Beta. Pak Beta need and ask for Pak Marlon to give technical leaflet about the Fischer products. So Pak Marlon, you can send the technical brochure to Pak Beta.
Yeah, sure. I will contact him immediately after this.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak Beta.
Ya, terima kasih Mbak Ziza, Pak Marlon. Saya tunggu. Saya masih mau dapat pertanyaan loh itu.
Betul. Ada pertanyaan lagi tambahan dari Pak Beta ya Pak di bawah Pak. Okay. And the second question from Pak Beta. Pak Beta bertanya untuk asumsi harga terpasang di harga berapa Pak? Dengan material flat fabrikas.
This question for Pak Beta is quite interesting because directly to asking about the price.
Project.
Yeah. To give the rate according to the meter square, because it depends on the what kind of frame that you use, what kind of frame that you use for the subframe and the price to complete system. So I think better we can discuss after this.
Kalau kalian beritahu saya masalah saya, bahwa saya kemana, kan lebih gampang.
Kisaran
ke jantung,
range of
saya kemana
Kawasan ya, kalau enggak nanti kami sudah tertarik.
Okay.
Yeah. I think for price, it's very I will call you immediately. It's around maybe 400 until 2 million per each square. It's very huge range.
Okay.
This is huge.
It's also very different if you have an exposed solution or a concealed solution, which system on the back. So it's it can really go from 0 to 100. You know, it's just
depends on the product, the project, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you Pak Beta, semoga cukup
Yang pasti
menjawab.
nanti Pak Beta
Ya.
habis ini telepon Pak Marlon, boleh ya Pak ya?
Capri, ya.
Langsung.
Terima kasih Pak Beta, thank you Pak.
Terima kasih, Pak Marlon.
Sama-sama,
Pak. Salam buat Jogja ya.
Ya, betul.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam Pak.
Lanjut, ya.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Beta dan thank you Pak Marlon. And the next question from Pak Ivan Kurniawan. He asked the brochure to Pak. So Pak Marlon present the brochure to Pak Beta and Pak Ivan. Okay. And then the next question from Pak Cecep Hartono. Oh, he said he must leave the Zoom because the Wi-Fi unstable. But he just give some explanation that he used a lot of fishing for concrete facade. Maybe Pak Marlon can follow up.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the boss. Yeah, I know this.
Yeah. Okay. And the next question from Pak Ako Wahyudi. Beliau bertanya apakah Fischer membuka peluang untuk riset lokal dalam penggunaan material, terutama mengenai koneksi antar elemen yang digunakan, Pak. Or maybe Cedric or Ralph can answer this question. Maybe Pak Ako said that he asked about does Fischer open up the opportunity local research in the used material, especially regarding the connection between the element used. Or maybe Ralph or Cedric?
Yeah, I think you understand what the question, Ralph or Cedric?
I didn't get the question, please, Ralph. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Paco, he said
Okay, I will
about
explain.
the local research.
And they asking about there is any possibility to work together for the research or for the testing in local regarding the connection, even the anchor with the stone or something.
In local.
In local.
Local research, or maybe.
What kind of local research?
Like
about education section, and maybe or Paco can hear me.
Maybe Paco can open the mic. I think.
Yeah.
Better.
Paco. Selamat sore, Pak Ako, mungkin boleh dijelaskan? Ya, silakan Pak Ako. Ya.
Oh, risetnya ini maksud Bapak untuk master
produk material atau misalnya?
Oh. Bukan lebih ke arah akademis, maksudnya untuk program riset S2 S1 bukan maksudnya. Oh. So he said maybe if any chance if they can combine our anchor with the local frame or subframe, like steel or any kind of frame that's tested or have the research to get like some education academic to get the master degree or bachelor degree. Sometimes in academic some last paper can make a paper based on the any test or research, maybe.
You mean for academic research purpose?
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, something like that. There's any possibility to do that?
Ralph, what is your comment?
So it would be interesting to know further inside view, but we are open to discuss. It depends how, but in general we would say if you start to mix established system, then it causes also some uncertainty in terms of safety. And this is what we really want to avoid. But we are open to check locally what is the given material, etc. Then we can discuss something like that. But our main purpose is for sure that we distribute and also to consult our Fischer Facade system solutions. I hope this answered your question.
Oke, thank you, Ralf. Berarti masih terbuka ya Pak Marlon ya peluangnya. Nanti tinggal didiskusikan saja seperti apa nanti yang akan digunakan untuk produknya ya Pak ya. Materialnya, betul. Oke, thank you Ralf for your answer. And the next question from Pak Adi Wijaya. Beliau bertanya, jika satu anchor bisa menahan sampai 200 gram secara vertikal, kemudian berapa kilogram jika dipasangnya secara horizontal? Oh, Pak Marlon, or I can translate to English to Cedric to answer this question.
This question is not really clear regarding what kind of horizontal and vertical, but he asking regarding the slab is applied in vertical. Can one anchor can hold until up to 200 kg. Yeah. How about if the slab is applied in horizontal direction? Maybe you can.
You mean ceiling? If horizontal, if the
like I think he said like I think a ceiling or
horizontal.
Yeah, for horizontal, yes, our subframe we are able to use it. Just imagine that we have just hold on. Let me bring these photos.
I think the building like have the tunnel, wind tunnel. You can show the building have the wind tunnel in the hole.
I think Cedric. I think I don't know if you have the tabulation. In the tabulation, normally that the anchorage, they have a tabulation like how much the maximum tensile strength that you are, this product have, and also the seal strength, the shear, tensile, and the ultimate strength. I think that's it for each anchor.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put it in this way. For the capacity of the anchors, is subject to the we have to go to the test. As I shared before the screen, is actually we have a tabulation on the based on the third-party lab test. We have the tension capacity, we have the shear failure capacities. Then from there, we will break into the safe working load in terms of 5% factor failure in characteristic capacities. Then from there, then we can determine whether it's can we apply on the ceiling or not. So I will only say, because I will say this is a very generic question. If an actual stone 200 kg, it's a good granite, it's a good quality granite with 20 mm or even 30 mm, then we have 200 kg. It's not a problem. Just now, as you can see, even the good quality limestone, we can go up to 600 kg per point. The only thing is for this, if we are going to use our full system, imagine we just use the horizontal part. Now we turn it upside down. 90 degree to as a ceiling. Then our framing is still able to use it. But only thing we need to add just to add a screw to tighten the clasp tied to the horizontal profile. Then we to prevent the panel from slippage. Yeah. But yes, answer to the question, yes, it can be done.
Okay, thank you, Cedric. Berarti sudah bisa menahan sampai 600 kg juga ya Pak Marlon, 200 kg sampai 600 kg dengan full system seperti itu.
Mungkin I made it in simple Indonesia ya. Jadi tesnya yang parameter anchor yang pada slab entah itu seramik ataupun batu itu kita ada dua parameter, shear atau gas geser ataupun tension atau tarik. Nah, dua parameter itu yang kita pakai untuk tergantung posisinya bagaimana, entah horizontal atau vertikal. So, jadi dua parameter itu yang dipakai untuk setiap desain. Katakanlah kalau kita pasang vertikal berarti dead load-nya ditahan oleh gaya shear. Angkur kita begini, jadi shear. Sedangkan kalau kita upside down, angkur begini kelihatan tangan saya, jadi ini tension. So that's basic untuk menentukan jumlah anchor. Walaupun demikian kita ada guidance seperti sertifikat approval untuk mendesain. Jadi tidak semata-mata satu angkur berapa kilo langsung kita bagi rata terhadap anchor. Jadi kita harus desain sesuai dengan acuan dari IPIA approval. Yeah, so I say it's not like easy simple design that the total weight we divide with the capacity of the anchor, but some guidance from our certificate or ETA approval to make it more easy to design the anchor, right?
Okay. Thank you, Pak Marlon, jawabannya, and thank you, Cedric. And the next question from Pak Adi Wijaya. He asked about how deep the anchors will be planted in the glass. Maybe you can answer this question.
Boleh diulang, bisa
Okay.
pertanyaannya?
How deep the anchors will be planted in the glass? Maybe around.
Do you have any calculate about how deep the anchors when we use for the glass or the facade? Yeah, maybe Cedric or Rolf, do you want to answer these questions? Or Pak Marlon, do you want to help answer the question, Pak?
Yeah, I think we can show the anchor picture lah. Tadi can you answer regarding this? Depends on the depth of the drilling on the glass.
The embedment depth, right?
Yeah, embedment depth.
Okay, so basically for the embedment depth for let's say 10 or 12 mm, in general, our remaining wall thickness is actually 40% of the panel thickness as a remaining wall thickness. Then if let's say we have a laminator, then of course, because we have a limited combination, for the laminator, we can have a 10 combined with A, or 10 by 10, or 10 by 12. So means to say we have to drill through the first glass 10 mm, then with another embedment of a remaining wall thickness of 40%. So for instance, 10 plus A is 18. So we need to drill 8 mm, remaining 4 mm also. So let's say we remain 4 mm, then we have to drill another 4 mm. So total drill depth is actually 14 mm. It's just give you a guideline. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I hope it's clear enough, Pak Adi. Okay, maybe Pak Adi mau ada pertanyaan tambahan, silakan Pak Adi. Oh, sudah cukup. Okay, it's quite enough. Okay, thank you Pak Adi. And I will read the next question from Pak Dwinanto. Beliau bertanya mengenai mutu button berapa yang direkomendasikan untuk angkor ini, Pak? What quality of concrete is recommended for this anchor?
Sorry, come again.
What quality of concrete is recommended for this anchor?
Concrete.
Mutu beton. Maybe it's called
concrete compressive strength. I think.
Oh, concrete
compressive strength.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah. You can explain, please.
if I'm not wrong, the question is actually asking the facade anchor related to concrete strength. Am I right to say that?
Yeah. That's right.
Are we referring to concrete panel, or because this anchor is actually used for facade, for anchoring into panel, anchoring into concrete, then should be another type of anchors. Am I right?
Actually, if we are talking about anchoring in concrete, does it mean we are talking about the base structure of the building, or does it mean are we talking about concrete
facade panels?
Facade panels, because we do have also manufacturers who offering, let's say it's a glass fiber reinforced concrete. And there we have a typical flexural strength of that type of concrete cladding material. And then we can say and give also statements of the performance of our undercut anchor. But at the end, we need to understand what kind of concrete it is or the material. In general, I wouldn't give an answer, but we do have tested concrete fiber reinforced cladding material, and we have values available.
Thank you.
So Fischer already have anchor for that materials, right? For the concrete.
Exactly. We do have that in place, and it won't be a problem even to transfer this to Marlon and to let you know. It's an easy exercise. We have a big library of different materials which we tested.
Oke, thank you also Pak Duyanto. Jadi mungkin nanti akan dijawab lagi oleh Pak Marlon di sini sebagai perwakilan Fischer. Intinya adalah punya ya Pak Marlon ya, cuman tipenya yang berbeda.
Iya, jadi mungkin singkatnya Indonesia mungkin biar bisa lebih jelas. Mungkin pertanyaannya bagaimana sistem ini, apakah ada mutu beton minimal? Ya, karena kita punya range selain anchor yang buat di material panelnya, kita juga spesialis untuk anchor yang untuk ke konkret. Jadi range anchor kita banyak, jadi jangan takut berapapun mutu betonnya, selama itu tidak di bawah syarat struktural, kita masih bisa desain.
Yang pasti harus menghubungi Pak Marlon ya Pak untuk lebih detailnya nanti. Oke. Thank you Pak Marlon. Oke, kita lanjutkan sih ya.
Okay, the next question from Pak Dwi. He asked about how much for the shear. Maybe you can share the tabulation of tensile force or the shear once more. Okay.
That is really depends on the materials. That just now I show is just a so-called one of the limestone we use for one project. But as a matter of fact, every project they might have using different so-called panel material, different natural stone from different countries and different earth layers. So as a result, the capacity is not like we are talking about the expansion anchor to the concrete, grade 40, grade 45, everything is standard. But for the panel, for sub-panel, natural stone-wise, is totally different. It's really subject to the material itself. So that's why we need to engage the third-party lab to do the test, and then we will know the safe working load.
Okay.
Yeah. There is no standard guideline. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Cedric. Berarti tidak ada standar guideline ya, tergantung material yang digunakan. Benar ya, Pak Marlon ya? Baik.
Ya, betul.
Okay. The next question from Pak Victor. Pak Victor bertanya, can I use this anchor for glass as substitution for glass spider for building facade? The answer is yes, ya, Pak Marlon. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Pak Marlon. Terima kasih, Pak Victor. Semoga cukup menjawab. Dan pertanyaan berikutnya dari Pak Iwan Kustiawan. Next question from Pak Iwan. He asked about the installation of building on the beach. Is it safe for the air around or the wind around the beach? And the second question, does the taller building, the Fischer size is different? Okay, maybe you can answer the first question about the installation on the beach. Is it safe for air around the beach, or?
I believe he's referring to the so-called in the salty atmosphere, the corrosion will attack on the material itself. So basically, what I can tell you is that we have a project reference in Hong Kong. We have a project reference. Those places are with typhoon, with the blow with the sea waters. So I would say yes, there will be some corrosion for sure, but we have the project reference. So far, until now, nothing happened. I would say yes, we have the solution. You can use it near the sea area, Bay Area, or sometime some quite often now in Vietnam also they have some hotel resort being built near the beach. They are also considering our anchors. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Cedric. And the next question from Pak Iwan. Does the more taller the building, the Fischer used in this building is have size different? Okay. Or
maybe the question is if the more highest buildings, it is Fischer have another sizing for the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So typically, actually, our anchors will have the formats we describe or defined it in M6 or M8. In the most cases, it's absolutely sufficient, even in the tallest buildings. With an M8, we actually can provide really high wind, or we fulfill highest wind loads and dead loads as well. And it relates us to the discussion that the limitation will be anyhow the material itself.
So for the anchors from Fischer is not problems, right? Because
exactly
we concerned about what kind of the materials for the facade. Okay. So the answer is not problems, Zah. Jadi tidak ada terlalu banyak perbedaan antara semakin tinggi gedung itu dibangun ataupun gedung yang posisinya nggak terlalu tinggi gitu ya. Kurang lebih seperti itu jawabannya. Mudah-mudahan cukup menjawab Pak Iwan atas jawabannya. And then the question for Pak Iwan is the last question in the chat columns, chat rooms. So I think we go to the ending of this talk show. So before we end this talk show and these discussions, Ziza will have another information for the participant and all of you. Okay, silakan Mbak Ziza.
Okay, thank you, Bayu, and thank you, Cedric, Ralph, and Magda. This is the last question from Pak Iwan. So I have give some announcement about the certificate, because all the participants who coming and join in this meeting will have, and we will give the certificate for the. Okay, I will share how to get the certificate from Catalog Pro. Jadi Bapak Ibu dan rekan-rekan, silakan mengakses Catalog Pro. Saya izin share screen. Oke. Jadi Bapak Ibu dan rekan-rekan tinggal masuk ke dalam Catalog Pro, kemudian di landing page-nya Catalog Pro, di kolom brand news, di sebelah kolom brand news, Bapak Ibu akan mendapatkan dan melihat button discuss. Tinggal diklik button discuss-nya. Kemudian di-scroll sedikit ke bawah. Kemudian Bapak Ibu tinggal mengikuti instruksi dari saya dengan menuliskan $Catalog Pro Request Certificate POTW with $Fischer dan menuliskan nama lengkap Bapak Ibu semua. Jadi untuk semua partisipan bisa mendapatkan katalog Pro, mendapatkan sertifikat dari katalog Pro dengan cara menuliskan $request sertifikat TW with $Fischer dan menuliskan nama lengkap Bapak Ibu semua. Seperti itu. Dan juga kami ingin mengundang dan mengajak rekan-rekan untuk terus mengikuti program-program lainnya dari katalog Pro. Dan itu kita akan mendapatkan dan mengajak rekan-rekan untuk hadir di Product of the Week berikutnya bersama Pentense di tanggal 14 September nanti. Kita akan membahas mengenai produk Pentense yaitu SPU 1000 dan di sini kita akan memberikan berbagai macam hadiah-hadiah juga untuk para peserta yang hadir. Untuk cara aksesnya tadi di Katalog Pro boleh diklik di katalogpro.co.id. Jadi sekali lagi informasi-informasi mengenai program acara Katalog Pro dan juga sertifikat bisa Bapak Ibu akses di dalam katalogpro.co.id. Selain itu, kita juga mengajak rekan-rekan untuk mengikuti acara berikutnya dengan Asahimas. Kita mengadakan special talk show di tanggal 30 September dengan judul Strategi Desain Fasad Bangunan untuk Memenuhi Kriteria Bangunan Gedung Hijau Indonesia. Dan kita juga mengajak rekan-rekan dan Bapak Ibu semua untuk mengikuti Pro Quiz dari Katalog Pro. Jadi per 3 minggu sekali kita mengadakan Pro Quiz. Jadi Bapak Ibu tinggal menjawab pertanyaan yang kami berikan, kemudian tinggal diisi di kolom komen, misalnya 1A, 1C, 2A, kemudian Bapak Ibu post, dan nanti kita akan undi jawaban Pro Quiz-nya di tanggal 14 September. Seperti itu Mas Bayu.
Oke, mungkin tambahan dari saya, Katalog Pro selama ini melakukan selalu program-program online, tapi pada Kamis dan Jumat minggu ini, 8 dan 9 September, kita akan hadir di kota Medan. Jadi bagi teman-teman Medan yang hadir di hari ini, kita akan ketemu di tanggal 9 September nanti untuk kita akan hadir di kota Medan, dan nanti kita akan juga membawa menginvite 2 brand atau 2 produk yang akan menyampaikan inovasi dari produknya. Jadi sampai ketemu tanggal 8 dan 9 September teman-teman Medan. Jadi kita akan datang dan kita akan adakan eventnya secara offline. Dan terakhir dari saya, seperti yang tadi saya sampaikan, acara ini adalah acara Run to Pravi Second Anniversary Gala Dinner. Jadi di tanggal 17 November nanti Pravi akan mengadakan gala dinner, dan ini akan juga diikuti oleh Fischer sebagai salah satu brand yang support pada acara ini, dan di sini juga Fischer akan hadir dan memberikan presentasi di acara ini. Jadi bagi teman-teman dicatat tanggalnya, tanggal 17 November Pravi akan mengadakan perayaan anniversary-nya yang kedua. Dan ini akan kita adakan di Hotel Mulia, Jakarta, Indonesia. Seperti itu ya Pak Satria ya. Jadi nanti kita akan mengundang, jadi bagi teman-teman yang ingin hadir, silakan bisa hadir ya Pak. Oke. Dan juga terakhir, seperti yang tadi disampaikan bahwa di sesi Product of the kali ini, kita juga akan memberikan door prize untuk 3 orang yang beruntung, dan door prize ini tidak dalam berbentuk barang Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sekalian. Kita akan berikan adalah slot untuk bisa hadir di malam gala dinner Pravi tersebut. Nah, mungkin bisa kita langsung sebutkan, dan ini kita akan berikan sebetulnya bagi penanya-penanya, dan kita akan pilih 3 pertanyaan terbaik yang akan mendapatkan undangan untuk bisa hadir di malam anniversary gala dinner Pravi 17 November nanti. Silakan Mbak Ziza.
Oke, baik. Jadi sudah kita pilihkan. Jadi yang akan mendapatkan, kita umumkan dulu ada 2 orang yang mendapatkan tiket untuk workshop bersama Fischer nanti. Di sini adalah Pak Adi Wijaya dan Pak Dwinanto. Selamat Pak Adi Wijaya dan Pak Dwinanto. Dan kemudian yang mendapatkan gala dinner, 1 tiket gala dinner adalah Bapak Ako. Selamat Pak Ako Wahyudi Effendi.
Selamat Pak Ako.
Selamat, Bapak mendapatkan 1 tiket untuk gala dinner bersama Parafi di tanggal 17 November nanti, Pak. Oke, baik. Jadi sekali lagi saya akan umumkan bahwa yang mendapatkan 2 tiket workshop adalah Pak Adi Wijaya dan juga Pak Dwinanto. Yang mendapatkan 1 tiket dinner, gala dinner, yaitu ada Pak Ako Wahyudi. Selamat kepada para pemenang.
Okay. Ziza already shares about the door prize. The 3% in this participants already share about the questions. Get invitation for come to the Pravi events on November. So we already end this event. So I think I want to say thank you to Cedric, Ralph, and Magda to share about the Fischer's products. So I think it is quite clear and interesting, and maybe hopefully become a solution for the consultant architecture and the facade in Indonesia. Thank you, Magda, Cedric, and Ralph.
Thank you for the opportunities. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meet a winner in person in November.
Okay.
Exactly. We're looking forward to see you again in November.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Magda. And then terima kasih Pak Marlon sudah hadir sebagai representatif Fischer di Indonesia, dan mudah-mudahan dari secara ini Pak Marlon akan sibuk ngangkat telepon ya Pak.
Amin Pak, thank you ya waktunya ya.
Oke. Dan juga untuk terakhir Pak Satria, terima kasih Pak waktunya dan juga kesempatannya udah bisa mengundang Pak Satria dan menghadirkan Pak Satria sebagai professional reviewer hari ini, dan sampai ketemu Pak Satria.
Ya, sampai ketemu sama-sama. Makasih banyak. Thank you Magda, Hendrik, thank you very much. Pak Marlon, thank you.
Ya Pak.
Thank you juga.
Okay. So for the
So we already ending in this event. So I think I want to say thank you for all, and terima kasih untuk Bapak Ibu sekalian yang sudah hadir di dalam sesi acara hari ini.
Terima kasih.
Acara ini akan ditayangkan kembali di YouTube channel Katalog Pro. So this talk show we will share it in the YouTube channel Katalog Pro. So Cedric, Magda, or Ralph, if you want to watch again this session,
Insyaallah,
we will upload in YouTube Katalog Pro 5 days until 7 days after this day. So before we close this talk show, I want to asking for all you and the participants to say the Katalog Pro tagline. It's the GoPro with Katalog Pro. Okay.
For the closing statement, we invite all participants and all you guys to turn on the microphone or the camera to say that tagline Katalog Pro is GoPro with Katalog Pro. Okay.
Ziza will count 1, 2, 3, and you all can say GoPro with Katalog Pro. Okay, please, Ziza.
Okay, I will counting down 3, 2, 1, go.
GoPro with
Katalog Pro. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you Cedric, Ralph, and Magda. Thank you so much for your
jangan lupa
product of Fischer, and thank you Pak Satria. Terima kasih sudah menjadi professional reviewer di acara Product of the Week. Kita ketemu lagi untuk teman-teman. Terima kasih sudah hadir dalam acara Product of the Week bersama Fischer hari ini. Dan jangan lupa untuk terus saksikan Product of the Week minggu depan. Kita bersama Pentens dan juga Product of the Week Pravi Series. Jadi kita akan membahas mengenai produk-produk Facade yang ada di Indonesia. Seperti itu. Dan jangan lupa untuk terus saksikan, ada special talk show nanti di tanggal 30 September bersama Asahimas, dan juga tanggal 9 September nanti kita akan bertemu di Medan. Sampai jumpa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore. Thank you, Rolf.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Sorry for Mazda, and Marlon. Maybe can you stay? We have a